Now over here on their side of camp, we've got this thing here. I think it's one of the neighbor dogs. And it's so hot it's burning the handle off of my roaster. Okay, let's lay that over there. We got some asparagus going over here. It's looking pretty good actually. I'm not sure what the white shit is on there, some maggots or something, but
garlic. Onion!
Oh, it's fake onions. We were headed to the Irish wilderness. We took 60 out east. Now we're kind of going south. But I think we're just gonna kind of explore. There's national forests like splotched all over out on this side of on this side of Missouri. So we're just kind of gonna do some exploring out here and check out some new national forest. Maybe not necessarily stick to the stuff that we know, like Glade Top and Garrison and those places down in there. So we're gonna do some exploring out east, national forest. We may go ahead and make our way to the Irish wilderness. It's supposed to get down into the single digits tonight, so it's gonna be a cold night camping in the rooftop tent. We'll be using our diesel heater.
And maybe at Tara we'll even camp on the floor.
Yeah. We have Tara and Sean.
Oh, excellent.
And little Killian behind us, and they're gonna try this whole thing out for their first time. Hey, man! That's what they do in the road right there. That's why they get ran over, because they just lock up. Keep borrowing. Alright, you want to pull over here and I'll come back here and fix that speaker for you?
Sure thing.
Okay, I'll be right out.
Alright.
Excuse. Just the fix for this. Okay, oh, those. Oh.
Is that it?
There you go.
Is that really all?
Looks good.
Was it really it?
I don't know, we'll see.
Oh my god.
Sean had a little issue with his beeper machine on his low oil pressure, which at this point I believe it's just a sensor, because if his oil pressure was really at zero for the last 30 miles, he'd have a serious issue, and he doesn't. So I went and fixed him up.
Let's take a little detour.
You ruined another one of my vlog video shoots, and I'm gonna leave your ass out here in the dust, man. Just kidding. Anyway, we got it fixed. It's all taken care of. His oil pressure's gonna be great now without that speaker. So, hang in there. This is actually pretty cool. It looks like we're coming down to a lake or something. So, maybe we can get him to drive out in that. You never know. So we just stopped down here at Noblett Dam, pulling out right now. Pretty damn cool, actually.
Damn.
Let me see if I can flip around and get you a little shot on the hill. Hey, there's some steps going up the hill.
Hey.
See if I can get you guys a shot of the dam here. But it was built in 28 or 1948
It says on that sign right there.
somewhere in there. We'll get you some info on it.
There's 19 to 20.
But there it is, right down the way there. And we had a little picnic here. Not really sure. There's some kind of spring with some kind of sulfury orange liquid coming out. It's weird. Maybe minerals or something, but it smells like sulfur and it's got kind of an oily texture to it. If anybody knows what the hell that could be, let us know. I figured something coming out, some kind of mineral coming out of the earth. But anyway, pretty cool place to have lunch. We'll drop you some coordinates for that on our website as well. And we're going to continue on here. You stay tuned. Oh, hit the like button if you haven't done it already. If you have done it, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And if you've done that, head on over to our website and subscribe to our monthly program. It helps support us, and we'll support you with some great content, some cool merch, and I don't know, whatever else. Say whatever else
you
like
want.
to see on
We'll
there.
give you what you want.
Anyway, we'll see you soon. One of the disappointments of riding out here, it seemed like every time we were on a good trail or a good road, we sure enough would come to a road closed sign. This was kind of a letdown several times throughout our trip on this adventure. So we came to lots of downed trees along the rides out here in this national forest. It seems like instead of people cutting them up, moving them out of the way, there was paths and trails around them. So we followed suit ourselves.
Down the side, it's gonna hit.
Okay, so we've come back in here on one of these trails and just keeps getting narrower and narrower, but we were kind of hoping it would get us into the big pines, but it ain't gonna happen. Doesn't look like tall pines. So actually it looks like we've come to a spot where it gets even more narrow, so we may just call it a quits on this one. Yeah, this looks like a scratch heaven. Anyway, stay tuned here so you can see what trails not to go
Can you
on.
put a marker?
leaving your trash out here. I said, you got a fog light hanging, you're gonna tear it off, and then he tore it off. All right, let's go. Better go set a camp up, get a fire going, Tara's about to snap. Oh, no. Okay.
I am.
What the? The fucking cold they must be cold. Okay. Hey, huh? Oh, play the game, sister. Yeah. Make it a well. Okay. Okay. Hell now. Okay, so here's where the 3-inch pipe comes through from our diesel heater. And as you can see, this is the Rome Vagabond. As you've seen in some of our other videos, you can click the link somewhere up in the top of my screen somewhere and check them out. But you can see it's got a zip-in window, and this is made to where if it's over the side of an SUV or a truck bed or whatever, you can get into your vehicle still. So we just zip that open, tuck our HVAC hose in there, and then we just pull the zippers tight on it on both sides. And boom, we've got our air, central air in here. For those of you watching at home, you know how to make the best steak on a fire. Put a little olive oil on it. Oh, I'm gonna clean that up too. We tread lightly.
You don't have to say that in every video.
And then once you get that olive oil on there, you put a little seasoning on it. This is that Chicago steak seasoning. That's what we like, the Weber. And the olive oil helps it stick that on there. And then also with that olive oil, it sears the outside of your steak real good. Once you get all this on there and you get your seasoning and your olive oil and everything on there, you throw it right on open flame for about 2.5 hours. And then you want it to look like charcoal on the outside. And that's the way you make campfire steak in the middle of February when it's 36 degrees out and sleeting on you. Now over here on their side of camp, we've got this thing here. I think it's one of the neighbor dogs. And it's so much so hot it's burning the handle off of my roaster. Good. Not too bad. First time you ever cooked asparagus on the fire?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a hard thing.
Good. Good. Carter's got our steaks going over here. He's learned from the master.
First time he's cooked.
Right, Car?
Yeah.
The best steak cooker?
Yeah.
What? Bullshit.
What is it?
Whoa. Randy's got her taters going, and boy, they look good. Claire, what are you working on?
What?
I think it's starting to snow. Maybe that's just sleet, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wish you could see that it's snowing better in the videos.
Yeah.
Snowing.
You can see the snow.
I don't know how you get that lid off without burning the shit out of your hands. You didn't really think about that.
Use mittens.
Okay, so we're leaving camp. It's almost noon, and it was pretty brutal breaking down camp.
Yeah, last night was great. We slept great. This morning we got up and it was miserable.
Well, it's like we knew it was calling for cold, but last night it's like sleeting, snowing, kind of raining, and 34 degrees, and we're like, oh well, this sucks, but we can deal with it, you know. And anyway, throughout the night, I kept thinking, man, I'm having to make the diesel heat just a little warmer and a little warmer. I checked the temperature on the iPad, so I'm thinking it's got to be getting cold. It's 19 degrees, and it's like brisk cold. And since we didn't really think about it when we set everything up, we set everything up. So we had 2 tables and all of our stuff. So then when we go to break down, it's like brutally cold. There's no fire going because we just stayed in our tent for like 12 hours.
All the zippers are frozen, so they won't work.
Anyway, it was worth it. It was fun. We'll talk about this trip again, I'm sure. And my feet are still thawing out. Okay, so we're up at the top of the hill, just kind of scouting out camps for you guys, see if we can find you some primitive places to camp. And Sean decides he wants to go test a trail out that doesn't really look like a trail to me. So now he's come down here, and I haven't heard from him in a while. And so I called him over the radio, and he says he's stuck on a tree. Not quite sure what that means, but we're gonna go down here and see if we can help him now. Yeah. Unlock it, make sure it works still.
Unlock it.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Still good to go, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but it always seems on our last trail, it continues on and on and on, and it gets better and better. And it seems like we spend all weekend trying to find the best trail, and the day we gotta go home, we find the best trail. As you can see, that's what happens here.
I was gonna go through the middle, and then
It looked cool how you did it, I thought. Kind of starting to
well,
sound
I got to thinking, if I get stuck, I can get out. It's no problem. Do I really want to drag around the mud in the freezing cold with my winch right now?
Nope.
So ultimately, I decided let's turn left a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so ultimately, this looks like it would be a really cool trail. We're kind of running out of time. It's always Sunday when we find the coolest trails, I think. So we're gonna call it a day. And also, his rig is not the most reliable rig. The tire's kind of wobbling going down the trail, and the last thing I want to do is have to be working on his rig on the side of the road. So that's another reason we're calling it a day. Shh, don't tell anybody. So we're gonna kind of head our way back out of here and make our way probably towards the house. And it is Super Bowl Sunday, not that we really give a shit about that, but we've had some family invite us over for Super Bowl Sunday, and even though we're not really gonna watch the game, we'll hang out with some family. So we used to love Super Bowl Sunday. I used to love football. I mean, I've got a signed helmet, every jersey for every year of the team that I like.
And you got
Ornaments every year for the Christmas tree. And then they start kneeling on our national anthem. What is wrong with you idiots? No other country is disrespecting their own country like that. Oh, it's a shame to see, man. It's a shame that I can't watch my favorite sport anymore. But I'm a man of principles, and I put my money where my mouth is, and NFL's highest amount of money comes from viewership, and I'm not gonna do it. Which is why I quit wearing Nikes as well. I wear Adidas now.
My hat is Nike.
We probably bought that before.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Brandy's not as principled as I am. I quit wearing all my Nike stuff, gave all my Nike shoes away. I had some Nikes that weren't even opened yet, and I gave them all away. So, anyway, that has nothing to do with this, but figured I'd talk about it since it is Super Bowl Sunday. And y'all should be people of principles. A man of your word for the figurative speech. Or woman. Amen and a woman.
I knew you were gonna go there.